What? How could that be pleasurable for any woman? That's not natural. You're not supposed to go up there. To be honest with you, I don't know how fellas do it either. Wouldn't be for me. I'm as curious as the next guy. That's not normal. Space exploration? Going to the moon? Being an astronaut? Wouldn't be for me. Hiya, it's Dave Young, and welcome to another edition of Yeah Yeah. Today, I'm going to talk to you about pets. All my life, I've had pets, all different types, always had a dog, and up to about a year ago, I decided no more dogs. They were too much hassle. But they worked on me, herself and the two kids, constantly at me, get a dog, get a dog. Come on, daddy, we'll look after it, we'll clean up after it, we'll do all that, you know, all the stuff. Anyway, I eventually gave in, and we got this, I can only say, head case. I gave him a name, we call him Carlos, and the reason we call him that is because I wanted him to sound a bit Spanish, and I like Spanish things. Anyway, this guy started off great. He's 1 year old, and he, how can I put it, eats everything. You name it, everything. Every pair of Skechers I have, there's bite marks or lumps out of them. I've any amount of left shoes. Anybody out there with one leg, I have a load of shoes for you. The other ones all have bite marks on them. So if you need a right foot boot, I've loads. Clothes go missing, underwear, socks, everything. Well, the other day, he really excelled himself. And I'll show you what he did now in a moment. It was bedtime, and I was going to bed, and let's say he attacked something belonging to me just before we went to bed. And I had to sleep that night that way. Anyway, it gave me an idea for a clothesline for dogs, to maybe come up with a business where dogs have their own clothesline. So have a look at this. This is me modeling Carlos the dog's latest fashion. So here I am modeling the new fashion range of clothing by Carlos. These are men's pajamas, which you can buy in all colors and all sizes, and are really nice. I strongly recommend, if you have a dog, these are the ones definitely to buy for a night of passion. Thank you.
Here he is. What did you do with Daddy's jammies?
Who let the dogs out?
Isn't that lovely? It was a drafty night that night, I can tell you. Thank God it's not the depths of winter. Don't forget, this Christmas I'm in the Grasshopper in Clonee for one night only, the 4th of December. It's the only Christmas show I'm doing in Dublin this Christmas so far. Between me and you, I was supposed to be playing in a hotel for Christmas. It's now an iPass centre. These things happen. Anyway, Clonee, it's not that far outside Dublin. It's a beautiful venue. It's called the Grasshopper. You can get your tickets at Eventbrite or in the venue. It only holds about 200 people. It's going to be a very intimate show, but it's going to be great fun. I'll see you on the 4th of December. Here's the poster to keep an eye out for.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Yeah, I've always had pets. I remember years ago going to Morocco on holidays, and there was this beautiful talking parrot, and I got it shipped home to my nanny, because my nanny lived in Ballyfermot and she lived all on her own, and I wanted her to have a bit of company. And I rang her up one day. I couldn't wait. I knew it had arrived. I left it with her for about 2 days, and I rang her up to see, and I said, Nana, did you get the parrot? She said, I did, and it was delicious. I said, what? I said, Nana, you weren't supposed to eat that parrot. That parrot could speak 8 languages. She said, well, then why didn't it say something when I was putting her in the pot? Nannies are grass. Aren't they gas? Mental. But dogs, I always like dogs. And do you ever notice when you're out for a walk with your dog, the first thing when another dog comes along, what do? Do they go over, shake hands, lick each other's faces, wave at each other? No. How do they introduce themselves? They smell each other's bottoms. And I'm thinking, isn't it a good thing we don't do that? You know, you're walking through Aldi or Lidl and, you know, you see a fella you haven't seen in years. Oh, there he is. You go over. Hey, what are you doing? But I was thinking about it. Why dogs smell each other's bottoms? And I've come up with a theory and I've made a little poem for you today. And this is Why Dogs Smell Each Other's Bottoms by Dave Young. The dogs they held a meeting and they came from near and far. Some they came by aeroplane, some by motor car. They all stood in the village hall, they stood and had a look. And each one took his bum hole off and hung it on a hook. Well, they were all at the meeting, every dog and sire. Everything was going great till someone ran in and shouted, "Fire!" They all ran out into the hall. They had no time to look, so each one grabbed a bum hole off of anybody's hook. Well, you can see what happened. Well, the dogs were very upset, very sad and sore to think they hadn't got the bum hole that they had had before. And that is why a dog will gladly leave his bone to go and smell another dog's bum in the hope he'll find his own. Well, teach that to the kids. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Yeah Yeah. I don't know what the topic will be. I think we better do something about Halloween. Till then, look after yourselves and always remember, at the end of the day, it gets dark. Oh, and I nearly forgot. Don't forget to hit subscribe. That's to my YouTube channel. It's going to cost you nothing. Everything is free. Look, I know you don't deserve it. You know you don't deserve it. But I took a liking to you. I'm doing this for you for free to give you a laugh and brighten up your day. So hit subscribe. That's the least you can do for me.